Hi, John here. Wanted to show you the techniques I've been using for finishing up Davy's leg. So the first one, get a lump of clay that's been in the microwave oven, start breaking it up into pieces about that size. Let's speed things up. Cover them in about 1 centimetre of white spirit. Then getting a very well used paintbrush, just coat the pieces of clay. If you leave that for about 1.5 days, you'll get this lovely clay mush. Now, you need to leave it for 1.5 days, otherwise you will still have pieces of clay in white spirit, and the clay won't have had enough time to dissolve into this stew of clay. It's a fantastic texture because it really does look like old underwater rock formations that maybe have something growing on them or have some history. It's fabulous to look at once it's dry. I've applied it quite heavily over my model, and there's no need to be too specific or too accurate about these things. Just go for it and have fun. As you can see, I've used it extensively, and that's because as there's going to be another level of sea life over the top of this once cast, you need that interest underneath, and this works perfectly. Another technique is to use the flat end of this wooden tool and start stabbing in little ridges. If you do enough of them, it's a great effect that adds interest and a different interest to specific areas. Another technique is getting a pointy wooden clay tool and start stabbing it quite violently like this. It does take time, but it really does look like quite specific pieces of coral reef. This was a fun one. I really enjoyed doing this. It's big, it's bold, it doesn't take long. Again, you don't have to be accurate. As long as you keep and maintain the large forms that you've prodded in when you're detailing up here, it looked great from any angle and any distance. So using all of these techniques and a few others, I just spent a great deal of time detailing up, putting interest into areas, putting variety into areas, and just enjoying the process. Yeah, that stabbing technique is great, but boy, it does take a long time. It definitely got to the point where you wish you hadn't done so many pieces that you had to detail up with that technique, but it does look good. So yeah, here's the final thing, ready to be moulded. I'm very pleased with it, and my next video will be the moulding process. See you then.